welcome to my channel, Susan Travel Food. I'm gonna start with guacamole. I'm going to use mortar and pestle, cucumber, cilantro, garlic, lime, red onion, avocado, tomato, salt, whole pepper, a half of serrano pepper. I'm gonna start by mashing 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to clean because I'm going to put in the mortar pestle. Now I'm gonna mash it. Now I'm going to add whole pepper like that. I'm going to put a little salt. Now I'm going to add the lime right here. Now I'm going to add a half of serrano pepper. Just a half. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. Wow. All my vegetable and fruit, I clean it with water and start cut the avocado. In this case, just I'm going to use 2. My avocado. So beautiful, guys. Look at that. Wow. Well, I'm going to show my first ingredient, cilantro. Beautiful. Smell really encanto. Then I'm gonna clean a little. I'm going to use just 1 tomato. And a little cube. Then I'm gonna chop the cucumber. If you wanna make guacamole, I recommend you put a little cucumber. I'm gonna take off the sieve with a little spoon. We're going to clean it with water. I'm going to put a little cube. Almost stir a little bit. Well, right now I'm not gonna make any corrections. Just a bit of salt. Maybe another one. And a little drop of lime. And I think gonna be ready. Let me try again, guys. Much better. I'm here with my blender because I'm going to make the rice, but before I'm going to make the mix for my rice. Cup of water. I'm going to use a little piece of onion, a little cilantro, 3 cloves of garlic. Now I'm going to mix. We're gonna come back to the stove. Now we're going to use oil to use 1 cup of rice. And we're gonna stir because I wanted my rice change of color a little bit brown or golden. My temperature for my rice right now is medium heat. Right now, if you see it changing the color, And I'm going to wait a little bit more because I would like all my rice change the color. Couple minutes more. I'm going to put my cup of water. Putting one. Then I'm gonna put my mixed 2 cup of water by 1 of rice. Right now I'm gonna stir. Then I'm gonna add chicken bouillon. Enough. I don't gonna put salt because this is a little bit salty and I don't wanna pass up salt. And when I make any correction for the rice, I'm going to see if I can put a little more chicken bouillon or I can change for salt. You know, right now my rice is boiling and we want to wait, evaporate a little more the water, and we're gonna try for 10 or 15 minutes more. If I can see the rice needed a little more water, I'm gonna put it. In this case, I'm going to put a little more water. I'm going to add a half a cup of water. Before the water evaporates, I'm going to make any correction. Perfect. I'm going to cover my rice for 3 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down. My rice looks really beautiful now. After 7 minutes, I'm gonna check if my rice is ready. Yeah, it's ready. Looks so beautiful. Beautiful rice. Beautiful rice. Okay, it's done. I'm going to turn off the stove. Serrano pepper, cilantro. I'm gonna start cook that tomato. In this case, just I'm going to use 2. In this case, just I'm going to use a half of onion. Then cilantro. Up to you how much cilantro you're gonna use it. I like to give a little spicy flavor in my food. Just I'm going to use a half of serrano pepper. Like, okay guys, now I finished to chop all my ingredients. Now I go to the stove and I going to prepare my ground beef. Now I'm going to use 3. I recommend you when you're going to make some beef or ground beef or something like that. I recommend you use chicken bouillon. Believe me, it's another flavor. It's really good flavor. I'm going to put olive oil. This is 1 pound. So I'm going to cook it. Look at that. So beautiful, guys. Just salt. Just a little. My black pepper. My chicken bouillon. Just a little. If you want it, you can use beef bouillon or wherever you want, but I recommend you chicken bouillon. I'm going to put my vegetable. Beautiful. It is, right? Well, I was cooking my vegetable with my ground beef and medium heat. I'm going to make any correction. Perfect. Everything is good. Perfect. I'm going to turn off my stove. Now I'm going to let it cool. 10 or 20 minutes. Up to you. Now I'm going to make my pico de gallo for my burrito. I'm going to start with my tomato. I'm going to use just two. Cut my onion, a half of onion. Up to you guys how much you can use it. I'm going to chop the cilantro. 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to make my vegetable with a little drop of lime. Just a little. Salt. A little. I didn't put serrano pepper to my pico de gallo because I put it before in my guacamole, and I don't want it really spicy because it's not just for me. I'm gonna share with more people. I'm going to make any correction. Really good. We need to make a salsa. 2 tomatoes, a little onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and a little cilantro. A pepper. This is chile de árbol. Now everything is ready. Now I'm going to put everything in the blender. I'm going to put oregano. I'm gonna put a little salt. And I'm going to make any correction. Perfect. The first step is heat up the tortilla. I'm gonna fill my tortilla. We're gonna put rice, beans, ground beef, pico de gallo, yummy, guacamole, super salsa, queso fresco, the Mexican sour cream. Now I'm going to grab it. We're going to roll. Perfect. Then I'm going to cut check it out, guys. Now I'm going to put in my plate. Now it's time to eat. This is my favorite part of my videos all time. Mmm. 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 The beef with the vegetable and the guacamole are really good textures. The flavor really beautiful combination. I think this is pretty good. Thank you guys for watching my video again. Really happy for this video that I made burrito for you guys, and I recommend you my recipe. And don't forget follow me, and don't forget give me click and subscribe to my channel from YouTube. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a really good day today. Thank you so much. Love you guys. See you soon.